Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Anything you see on my channel, you can purchase in my online store. The link to that is in the down bar below. Don't forget to give me a like, a comment and subscribe while you're here. I have a card today using the Textured Floral stamp set and the coordinating dies, which I haven't got out quite yet. I've just realised. So yeah, I've got a Textured Floral stamp set. There is coordinating set of dies that go with this. I will find them in a minute. And this stunning colour combination. How cool is this? And actually, this is how it sits on my shelf, pretty much. There's not many colours, so I store my colours in rainbow order. And these three sit next to each other, and these two sit next to each other on the shelf. There are some colours, actually it's that way, yeah, in between, lots of blues, but actually, look at it, it's so pretty. So we've got Pretty Peacock, Gloss Lagoon, Moody Mauve, Fresh Freesia, and Bubble Bath. These are all fairly new back colours. So Pretty Peacock, Gloss Lagoon, Moody Mauve is currently an in colour, and Fresh Freesia have all been in colours before. And Bubble Bath is new in this year. These are returning, which is lovely. I love them. They're very pretty. I'm very excited to have them back. And yeah, that's the colour combination today. We have got a bit of a technique going on today. So we've got Textured Floral, which is beautiful. And it's one of those stamp sets that I believe is like that kind of photoreal textured, what's it called? My brain isn't working. I have been on nights for 4 nights this week. And I've had a great big coffee and an enormous piece of brownie this morning. So I'm currently surviving on no sleep and a lot of caffeine and a lot of sugar. So if I make no sense today, I apologise. But I needed to get this video filmed because I am away next weekend, or this coming weekend, and I didn't want to miss filming videos for this week and next week, so I've got a block of filming to do to get ready for that. And so yeah, this is my one opportunity while the kids are at nursery. So, shall we get started? I have got, and I don't normally do this at all white cardstock. This is actually thick basic white, because I've got it for my card base and my layer and my stamping. Like I said, don't do this very often. Usually there's more coloured cardstock on my projects, but I've been completely inspired by a project I saw on Instagram that I will link in the down bar below, and I had to have a go. So I'm going to move these pieces out of the way for a moment. So that's my card base and my layer. We'll come back to those. But I am going to do some stamping first, and I cut these pieces down a little bit because we use my mini cut and emboss. Or I was going to use my mini cut and emboss. I must probably use my big machine because I haven't got the dies out yet. But anyway, so these are cut so they're ready to go through the cut and emboss. And I've already got some stamps laid like on my blocks. And I'm going to stamp the flowers in the pink colours and the leaves in the blue colours. But this is one of those stamp sets that's a bit textured, and I think it will take colour really, really well to kind of give not like sort of an ombre two-tone stamped effect. So I've also got a couple of sponges. I think, oh no, it's not Pretty Peacock, that colour. I don't know what colour that is. It might be like Emerald Envy or something. Or Tranquil Tide. These have been in my stash forever. That might be Berry Burst. But they're just bits of sponge that I've got floating about to do this. So I'm going to, let's do the lighter colours first. We're going to stamp this flower, and I will show you what I mean, because my, brain is not functioning yet. So, check my stamp is clean. I'm going to ink it up in Bubble Bath. So we've got Bubble Bath all over that stamp. And I'm going to take some Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to ink up my sponge with that. And I'm going to dab the Fresh Freesia on one side of the stamp. Then I'm going to huff on it. So I've breathed on it a little bit. And I'm going to stamp it down. And we're going to see if this works. If this doesn't work, you're never going to see this video. Because that's, Oh, it works enough. That works enough for me. Look at that. So we've got a bit of two-tone stamping. We're going to stamp it again. This time we're going to use Moody Mauve and Fresh Freesia. So I'm going to clean off my stamp first, and I've just got, I'm naughty, I've got a microfiber cloth. No water on it, anything like that. Literally just wiping it clean. So I'm going to ink it up with Fresh Freesia this time. And then I'm going to take some Moody Mauve on the same sponge because I'm a bit dirty. I'm a heathen today, I can't help it. And I'm just going to, stamp that across. Bit of pouncing just to blend it a little bit. Huff on it again and stamp it down. You can already see, actually, if I show you, that we've got a darker section and a lighter section. Look at that. Oh, that works better. I like that. I really like that. How cool is that? So, that's the flowers. And they are a bit mottledy, and I don't mind that. I think that's part of this, the joy of this stamp set, is that it does create kind of texture. Hence why it's called Textured Floral. Now I've got Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock for the leaves. So I've got those 2 leaf stamps in this stamp set, and I'm going to stamp both of them. I might stamp this one more than once. I'm going to cough. Oh, dear me. So, first one, I'm going to ink up in Lost Lagoon and stamp it off. So, because my Lost Lagoon ink pad is really juicy because it's quite new. And then I'm going to take some Pretty Peacock, and you will be able to see this better, actually, because I've stamped it off. So you can see that we've got that ombre. Breathe on it just to reactivate that ink. And stamp it down. Look at that, how cool. And then I'm going to do the same with our little leaf. So I'm going to ink it up in Lost Lagoon, stamp it off once, which is a technique I do quite often. A bit of stamped off. Inking. It means you get different texture as well, and different tones of the same colour, which is lovely. So again, look at that. I'm so chuffed with those leaves. Oh, the leaves will work better than the flowers, actually. Although now the flowers are drying, they are looking very nice. So stamp that leaf down as well. There we go. So I'm going to go and die cut all of those, and I'll be back very shortly. Okay, so I have gone ahead and die cut all of those, and actually what I did as well is that I did restamp the lighter flower, because I realised that actually my stamp was a bit dirty, and I want to do it again. So I have exactly the same though. It's Bubble Bath and Fresh Freesia and Moody Mauve, and then I've also die cut all the leaves as well. So let's put this card together. Before I do that, I'm going to move the card base and the die cut pieces out of the way a second, because I just want to add a little bit of texture to the kind of this panel that's going to go on the front of our card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my trimmer. I don't do this very often, but you've got 2 blades on your trimmer, and actually the light grey blades, I believe, are still in the online exclusive. These are scoring blades, so you get one on your trimmer anyway, but there's spares now as well. So this piece of cardstock is 10 centimetres by 14.3. And what I'm going to do is going to take half a centimetre, and I'm going to take the scoring blade and score half centimetre all the way around, just to give like a little frame on the cardstock. And then I think I'm going to do it again, but at probably like 1.2 centimetres, just so that we've got like a double layer of scoring. So I will show you what I mean when I finished. I haven't pushed massively hard, so it might not be really, oh no, look at that. So I've turned it over, because obviously you are debossing when you're running your scoring tool, and I want the embossed side up. How cool. Just to add something a little bit extra. And then I am also going to take some Bubble Bath ink. In this stamp set, there are a couple of like accenty pieces. So there's bits for the middle of the flowers, but then there's this kind of speckle. And I'm going to just take Bubble Bath and I'm going to stamp the speckle. And I'm going to stamp it a few times, full strength and stamped off. Just rotating it round, rotating my cardstock round, and I'm keeping it within that frame there, just as a kind of, just a way to kind of ground the flowers, because sometimes the flowers can kind of float on a white piece, and it's just not the look I'm going for. So I'm going to move that out of the way and you can see properly. So let's layer everything together. I have, like I said, got my white card base already pre-cut and pre-scored, because I did that earlier. And I use a standard piece of A4 and I cut them in half and then score them in half. And that's how I do my card bases. Then we're going to take our basic white panel. And I am going, now then, this is the question. How much dimension do we want on this? Do we want it popped up or do we want it flat? Let's pop it up. Let's do that. Let's do that thing. So I have got big dimensionals today and I'm going to pop them inside that frame that we created. You're going to put this in the post. I'd probably get some adhesive foam sheet to go in the middle, just because it's less likely to bow and dip when it goes through all the machines at the post office. But I'm not about to send this. This card will probably become a swap at my team event at the weekend. So if you're on the team and you've received this card and you're watching this video, do let me know. I'd love to know who got this one. I have decided I'm not very good at swaps. Swaps are a thing we do at team events, or any Stampin' Up event really, where we make lots of a thing and we share them out. And it's great because it means you get like inspiration and ideas. And I am hopeless at doing them, usually because I've done something else towards the event. So like this time I've got an inspiration station. So I've made loads of projects for that rather than making swaps. And so I tend to swap hugs more than anything else. But this time, or probably a couple of events ago, my team leader said, well, I don't make swaps either. Any projects that I've got lying around, I put in bags and then they become my swaps. So I've got a massive pile of cards that I'm going to bag up and take with me so that I have something to share this time. I'm very excited about it because it's been a long time since I've done any swaps at all. Because I'm useless, basically. No, I'm not useless. I've just got a very busy life and making swaps usually just doesn't fall into my timeline, unfortunately. So I'm going to take our two flowers. I'm going to do the darker one down first and then the lighter one down. Oh, tucking it over the top. That's a challenge, isn't it? No, down underneath all the way. And then we need our leaves. Now, leaves obviously going to tuck underneath. So I'm going to use a bit of Tombow for this. I love Tombow. I have embraced this. I am not a wet glue girl, naturally. I tend to get it everywhere. But over the last maybe month and a half, I've been trying to use it a bit more. And I'm getting there with it. I'm enjoying just playing about with it a little bit. So I'll probably need a new one soon because I'm going to run out because I've used that much. So I tuck that under there. Like that. And then I do already have a sentiment, which I had already heat embossed and have fussy cut, which is from the stamp set. And actually the stamp set has a for you on it, and I just chopped that off. I actually stamped this twice, so I had a bit of wiggle room when I was fussy cutting. So yeah, I stamped it twice and then cut the birthday out of one and the blooms out of another. Little mini dimensionals on the back because dairy's not enough to mention on this card already. I have decided we're going whole, all in on the dimension today. I'm just wondering about a bit of ribbon as well. Maybe not. What do you think? Would you add ribbon to this? Would you add ribbon? Sort of tempted by a big fat bow. I'm sort of tempted to put one here, and I almost feel like I should have done it before I put the flowers on. But actually, I'm gonna put my sentiment there instead. That's what I'm gonna do. Birthday blooms, and then just to finish it off, I think this needs some sparkle, and I'm gonna go proper kind of old school sparkle. I'm going to go for a rhinestone basic. I love these. I still love these. I have been using the iridescent version a lot recently, but I'm going to go back to using the basic ones. And I've got my take a pick just to help me pick them up, because they are a little bit awkward because they're so dinky, or some of them are dinky. You've got different, I think there's still different sizes. This pack is probably old. Well, no, it's not probably old. It's definitely old. And I'm going to stick five rhinestones on. Always do an odd number. Oh, I put it. Oh, yeah, no, there, that's it. There we go. So that is our card for today, using the Textured Floral stamp set and the coordinating dies. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have loved making this video. Let's pull my all my inks back in, so you've got that colour combination one last time. Oh, that hurts my brain. There we go. And yeah, that is. Oh, is it going to focus? It's going to focus on the inks and not the card. Oh, to hold the card up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have loved making this video for you. Do let me know any comments in the down bar below. What do you think about adding more than one colour onto a stamp? Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.